To the International Dota 2 Championships. We're live from Seattle, more specifically the Benaroya Hall, home of the Seattle Symphony, but of course it is going to be home to the play day 2 of the Dota 2 Championships in the playoff games. We've had 16 teams, the best from around the world, either qualify or be invited, and here on day 2 we're down to the final 14 teams. We will, of course, be seeing some of the favorites, Na'Vi, CLG, LGD, IG. I put CLG in there on purpose as we come back to the analyst desk. Oh, we're on 12 teams now. Sorry, Gods was pointing at me. Hi, welcome to the desk then. I'm James Toogood-Harding, your host for Day 2. If you joined us yesterday, thank you so much. And if you're back today at this ungodly hour, I'm not sure what time it is, but we're just going to call it Dota o'clock. But, of course, I'm joined here at the analyst desk with some other guests. It's Nebula, Gods, and Statman Bruno. Welcome to the show, guys.
Yeah, we slept for about 2 hours, and we're back and ready to go. We're gonna be on point today. I'm sure of it.
As always, we will be. It's sad to see 4 teams leave us yesterday, but we are going to have 12 teams fighting out, and now we're really getting through to the better matches.
I'm really excited to be at the Benaroya Hall, home of the Seattle Symphony. Temperature is 2.3 degrees above the monthly average. There's about 1.2 more people than yesterday, and caffeine makes me speak 80% faster than yesterday.
That was really good hosting there, Bruno. Are you after my job?
Thank you.
I think he is. Yeah, okay, then, guys, before we come back and talk about the matches coming up today, if you didn't see yesterday, we had a great day, some fantastic games, but unfortunately, yes, we did lose 4 teams. So let's take a little recap of what happened yesterday.
Welcome to the International.
It's official, ladies and gentlemen. It will be LGD, the first team to advance through the winner's bracket.
Here we go, the Ravage game will hit on everybody.
Complexity knowing their beat. They call it a GG.
So IG takes it, man, 2-1.
In spectacular fashion, takes a 27-minute win, and they're on their feet here in Seattle. Standing ovation for the defending champions.
We just had Na'Vi. I think it's Havost actually control us here.
Havost and Dendi.
Yeah, Havost and Dendi just came up on stage, which actually 2 people worth talking about, because yesterday Na'Vi had a really close match versus DK and managed to win, and they've moved on in the winner's bracket, 1 step closer to the finals.
Yeah, for me, that was really the highlight of the day yesterday. I mean, you saw this clash of styles. Na'Vi, the superstars from the European scene, taking on DK, the legendary team from China as well. It was really a fantastic series. A lot of people really enjoyed.
Yeah, definitely probably one of the most exciting series of yesterday. I think Complexity vs. Sense was the other one, which went to 3 games and really produced some fantastic clashes of East versus West. And those have really sort of been the more interesting matches in some ways when you get that big clash.
Yeah, we saw a lot of fantastic individual play as well. We saw obviously Puppy's Lycanthrope deny on the rune followed into the block. We saw the 6 steal of the Primal Split from Dendi to cancel that 5-man Black Hold. I mean, that was a really awesome series.
How did you enjoy your yesterday, Bruno?
We did saw some great lines from Havost. He had 549 GPM, but the key thing was Burning, going 0-1 with Naga. Come on, that hero is so great. You can't go 0-1 and expect to win.
Yeah, and that was a big storyline in one of the games, was how Na'Vi did shut down that Naga Siren. So, yeah, today we're going to have, of course, we got final 12 teams. We're going to be moving on into 4 best-of-1s from the lower bracket. Anyone that loses this match will, of course, be out of the International here on day 2. Anyone who wins will be moving into the top 8, guaranteed $25,000 in prize money. And then, of course, we've got our winner bracket semi-finals, which will be between LGD, Zenith, and IG and Na'Vi. Winner of that will guarantee themselves a top 3 finish placement. And, of course, they will claim minimum $150,000. So these 2 games that are coming up, you can see the semi-finals, LGD versus Zenith, IG versus Na'Vi. They're worth $150,000 for a best of 3. That's I've played my mates for a tenner, but this is a whole other level.
Yeah, every single match today is going to be for money. The losers bracket, when we get into that, will be $25K. I think if you just win there, the winners bracket, obviously, any win there is big time money. That's like what, 150? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 150 minimum. But of course, much more importantly, I think people really just want to come here to say we are the best in the world at Dota 2.
Oh, the money's nice.
Na'Vi won it. Yeah. Well. Can you put a price on being the best at Dota 2?
Yeah,
yes,
so.
Actually, you can. It's $1 million. And some cool rings. Have you seen those?
No.
Championship rings they
and
get?
the Aegis of the Immortal, which is going to be the trophy
That's
for this
the real
year.
deal. If you die, you come back.
Yeah, Valve will
immortality.
resurrect you.
Way more than
They
$1
have
million.
that much money.
I mean,
I
I
can
would
only assume.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, but I definitely think the teams are looking for the win here. Anybody that you consider gods that definitely can do it?
I think LGD are the team. They've gone undefeated so far. They are looking to, potentially go unbeaten in this tournament. They've got a really interesting play style. They don't have any one player they base everything around, which works really in their favor because there's no one player you have to shut down. It's a real team effort.
Yeah, we can probably take a look again at the winners bracket and just go over some of the matches. But the first one, of course, is LGD versus Zenith. That's going to be our first winners bracket game. That will be after the loser bracket. Who's your favorite? Is it still LGD? I mean, did Zenith impress you yesterday or not really?
Zenith did impress me. They looked very good. In fact, I think that they've played, coming into the tournament, I thought that they were one of the favorites, and through the group stages, they really didn't have a fantastic group stage. They did make it through the winners bracket, which is really all that matters. Once you get in the winners bracket, you're good to go. But they played very well against Complexity yesterday, a team that I think could have beat them. That was a pretty close series. LGD is a whole other animal, though. LGD are by far and away, I think, the best team. I personally still think IG are going to win this thing. I'm sticking with my pre-tournament pick, but LGD look really strong.
My main worry with Zenith is what happens when HYHY doesn't get Morphling. He has struggled throughout the group stages. It seems to be the one hero where he shines. Ice, 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 Lodep been playing fantastic, but HYHY needs to sort of expand his repertoire.
Bruno, anything to tell us about the two teams in the first semi-finals of the winner bracket, LGD versus Zenith?
I'm rooting for Zenith, just for them to give them Loda a chance to actually come together with them again and not feel so alone.
It's a beautiful moment if that happens. Yeah, and of course the next game is IG versus Na'Vi in the winner bracket.
I think this is probably going to be the most entertaining match of the day. I mean, we've got, again, Na'Vi. I feel like Na'Vi are on pace to play just a series of amazing matches. They took on DK yesterday, as we talked about, a phenomenal series. Now they're going to be taking on IG, arguably a better team. Can Na'Vi bring the magic again 2 days in a row?
Well, it's definitely a better team. I think DK, they had a fantastic run in the group stage, but even during those matches, they often struggled against some of the teams they shouldn't have. And I think Na'Vi going into that should be feeling pretty confident.
Now, I do believe IG had a tougher time getting through into the winner bracket. Who was it they played? Was it Evil Geniuses? Yeah. And it definitely looked like they were beatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, Evil Geniuses showed a pretty solid strategy for shutting down IG. Unlike LGD, where a lot of people still don't know how to beat them, IG is, it kind of looks like if you shut down Ferrari in middle, if you kind of curtail that mid-game madness that he really likes to bring to the team, it makes it a little bit more difficult for their carries to get farmed up and really do a lot more damage in later games.
Yeah, when they shut down Ferrari, it really puts a lot more pressure onto Chuan and YYF to really sort of make something happen for IG in the mid-game, and that's not really where IG are comfortable, and that's where EG capitalized, took Game 2, and almost took that Game 3 as well. Yeah,
you might say maybe they rely on Ferrari a little bit too much. I think they do.
Bruno?
Well, I have some stats. It seems that Chuan
I thought you would.
That's why I'm here, apparently. Chuan is the tallest player in the international, and definitely
Who is the tallest player?
Chuan.
No, I heard it was Goblin.
It's Goblin.
No, Chuan is.
This is a fake stat.
Quite big.
Yeah, well, that's quite big, isn't it? A statistic, Bruno.
It's
how
more
big
intimidating. Is he? I should ask him, but I don't speak Chinese.
You're off this morning.
Yeah.
Goblin's 8'2".
You're not the real Bruno.
Clearly the tallest player here.
All right.
You got me here.
Well, you'll find out later for us.
I'll find out and I'll let you know.
All right. Okay. People will be waiting.
Some Argentinian stats.
Yeah, okay, so those are going to be the winner bracket games. LGD versus Zenith, IG versus Na'Vi. They're going to be coming up later, so make sure you stay around with us all day. IG versus Na'Vi is going to be an absolutely fantastic match, and all of them should be in the winners bracket. And, of course, our loser bracket, even though I want to call it the lower bracket, are going to be really close games as well, as we're down to 8 teams there left. The first match that we'll be going into is going to be CLG versus Orange, then eHome versus Complexity, Tongfu versus Evil Geniuses, and Dara versus DK. So we still got the 2 American teams in there, guys.
Yeah, I think really this is the pressure cooker. I mean, a loss here and you're done, so you only have 1 game, no mistakes. You can't have mistakes. But if you win here, you do get into the money, so there's the risk is worth the reward. I mean, it's not really a risk, is it? You're just kind of playing for games. But the reward is certainly there.
They kill you if you lose.
Can, oh, really?
Yeah,
that's only for the Chinese. It's only for the Chinese teams. If you make it through though, $25K. I mean, that's big money. I mean, we're talking about $1 million, which is just a huge money. But $25,000 is also nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, that's nice and big. Anything that stands out for you, either in games, gods, or in terms of teams that you think are going to go far? My pick's actually on CLG doing really well down here.
I think you're wrong. I think CLG yesterday against MTW, they got a nice lead, but they didn't know what to do with it. They looked a bit lost. They didn't really capitalize, and they got so far ahead. They had like a 10K gold lead at 15, 20 minutes in, but the game then ended up lasting 45, 50 minutes. You can sort of attribute it to MTW's resilience, but to me, it looked like CLG just not managing to capitalize.
To think we used to be friends. CLG are going to win. Bruno Statman, back me up. CLG versus Orange.
CLG has the edge here, but just for a bit. They're 2-1 in previous encounters.
Yeah, CLG had like a 20K lead. I think 2-1. Yeah. I think CLG have the advantage, or rather had a huge advantage. I mean, they got 20,000 lead, and then it took them forever to end it. Now you can say,
but it's a best of one.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
And you're playing for tournament life. You're not going to just be like, hey guys, we can probably win. Let's just go walk into base. That was the story of yesterday.
Yeah, but
there were so many teams that had the advantage. Some games were over maybe in 20 minutes, but they lasted 45 just to ensure they got the win.
But against better teams, over caution will cost you. If you're too cautious when you're trying to get into the base, a better team is going to come back and you're going to lose a game that you should have won.
Swedish gamers are the best in the world.
They're a boy band. Do they even play games?
Yes.
Well, on to the next matchup.
That, do you?
But only when their parents allow
It's
them.
like gods. Come into that one, yeah.
Nothing much to say. On to Complexity versus eHome. Predictions there.
Complexity versus eHome.
What just happened?
I'm not sure. Can I go to Bruno?
Yeah, you're the analyst.
No, I saw the games yesterday.
Toby Wong called you an expert.
Have you played Dota?
Toby Wong, but Toby Wong calls a lot of stuff in game as well, but that doesn't mean it's right. So, Bruno, Complexity versus eHome.
eHome likes to play ZK and Tiny. We saw them playing Tiny and Wisp yesterday to a great extent, but however, Complexity is 7-1 versus Tiny and 7-1 versus ZK. So unless eHome changes their strategy, I think Complexity will take this one.
That's actually a really good stat. So you're going to say that Complexity should give away the Tiny or the
I don't think
the
they
CK?
mind. I don't think they
think
mind.
so as well. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah,
relevant information from Bruno on the side.
Who knew?
Dude. This guy's been great.
115% chance you win every time.
You wish you were 10%
How can you
Bruno.
lose?
All right then, guys. So it does seem that we're going to be ready soon to go into the first matchup. It is going to be, of course, CLG versus Orange Esports. It's going to be Sweden versus Malaysia. And, of course, before the game starts, we have a pre-game interview with CLG Misery.
Hey guys, this is Purge, and I'm here with CLG's Misery. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good. I'm much more fresh than I was yesterday, so that's a good thing.
That's surprising, actually. We're in the morning of day 2 of the stage matches. Did you guys get a lot of rest tonight?
Actually, we came home at like 12, and then we had to eat something, so we slept at like 1. So it's actually not that much, but I'm still feeling fresh. So
That's great. And you guys are up against Orange today. How do you feel your chances are going into the match?
I don't think it actually matters who we're playing against. I'm comfortable with Orange and any team, maybe except LGD or something, but it's up to us, It's if we play well and pick well and are smart, then we're going to win.
And the matches afterwards, I believe you have to play the winner of eHome versus, do you remember by any chance?
eHome and I don't actually remember right now. We'll take it as that comes if we end up winning.
So are the only teams that you're afraid of LGD and IG, or are you worried about any of the other matches?
I think IG showed a lot of weaknesses yesterday against EG, so yeah, it's mainly LGD, but we're going to have to win a lot of games to even be able to meet those two teams in the tournament, so it's a long way to go.
All right, thanks for the interview, and I wish you guys luck in the future.
All right, then. Thank you, Purge. So that, of course, was Misery. He had a great day yesterday, and now he says he feels fresh. Let's check out the rest of the team of CLG.
Aki, Gothenburg, Sweden. Lacoste, Bile, Croatia.
Miracle, Ring, Sweden.
Misery, Copenhagen, Denmark.
Pikehead, Stockholm, Sweden.
So that is the team then of CLG. Yesterday they played MTW, which they won, but MTW actually probably with Mouse Sports, 2 of the teams that are from Europe, or 2 of the teams that really didn't perform here on the day. So CLG, maybe you can count their win as something over an easier team. Now they're going up versus Orange Esports that had a good showing versus LGD despite losing 2-0. Guys, talk about the lineup. What can we expect to see from these guys?
Well, you can expect to see Pycat. I mean, he's sort of switched from that carry role more to that solo mid role, especially when they pick up the Invoker. He's a player they base their play around, even when Misery's on the carry, so he's going to be very influential. You've got Lacoste down that side lane solo generally, and he's another player you can't afford having him give up too many easy kills.
I really like Misery's approach here. I mean, he doesn't even know who's going to play in the next round. I really like this. Like, just focus on the team you're playing at the time. He's not worried about, oh my God, how are we going to beat LGD or IG? He did have really strong insight into IG. I agree. I think they did show a little bit of weaknesses, but he's got a long way to go, and they really need to execute the very next game. So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and actually, CLG would have known they were playing Orange Esports yesterday for quite a long time, as they were the first guys to drop down from the winner bracket. So CLG, as soon as they beat MTW, were like, okay, that's our match. They've had a decent time to prepare. Snapman Bruno, what can you tell us?
Misery jumped from 5 to 3 in the top kill spot, and Aki jumped from 10 to 5 in the top assist spot. So by this way, they'll be top 1 by the end of the day.
Spot on.
See, but as we both know, they are, they're going to win the whole thing.
Yes,
it's just going to.
We'll
happen.
Discuss this after they lose.
Yeah, I agree.
I won't be here. All right then. So of course. Hopefully we're going to have an interview ready soon with their opponent, Orange Esports from Malaysia. So we'll go to that in just a minute. But I really do feel that CLG, okay, they had an easy game yesterday, but surely they're a team that can compete here. They play a really good aggressive game. There's a lot of smokes in there, and they seem to be able to adapt. And the one thing you can say about the team is all 5 players are just fantastic. So you can't base a strategy just around Pycat.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of experience on CLG. Between Aki, he's been around forever. Pycat, despite being only 19, he feels like he's been on the scene forever just because of his fantastic play. And, of course, Misery's been around for ages.
Okay, so as I said before, we've heard from CLG, and now we're going to be hearing from Orange Esports with an interview with Winter.
Hello everybody, I'm standing here with Winter from Orange, and they're up against CLG in a moment. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you.
How did your team prepare to go up against CLG?
Yesterday night, we mainly watched all their games in the tournament, and we tried to figure out what they would most likely draft and ban, and where do we ward against them, what they would do during the mid stages of the game, and what heroes they are more comfortable with, and we would try to ban them out.
And what's your expectations for this game?
We really need to bring out the best from our team to be able to beat them. They are a very strong team, and we shouldn't take them lightly.
Okay, and is there anything you want people to watch out for today while watching the match?
Nothing in particular.
And how did you spend your 2 days free training yesterday or the day before?
We spent one day walking around Seattle and doing some minor shopping, and the other day was spent watching replays mainly.
Okay, well, good luck in your match today, and hopefully maybe after you'll win and you'll continue to the next match.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Back to you, James.
Okay, thank you there, Shiva. So an interview with Winter. They seem like, they're definitely not taking CLG lightly, and they shouldn't. But let's meet the other members that make up the team of Orange Esports.
Ice, Johor Bahru, Malaysia. Mushi, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Winter, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Extinct, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Yamate, Johor Bahru, Malaysia.
And that completes Orange Esports from Malaysia.